very first video. Woohoo! A little bit nervous, a little bit excited, but let's get started. This video is gonna be about how to find your signature scent. A few months ago, I was literally obsessed with perfumes for like a whole month because I wanted to find my signature scent, and I found it, and I really enjoyed the whole process, so I thought I would share it with you guys. First of all, what is a signature scent? You want it to be year-round. If you have a perfume that smells really fresh, like almost sparkly, you might not want to wear it during a Christmas party. Then you want it to smell like you. Some perfumes are more loud, some are more mature, that kind of stuff, and I think when you find it, you know it. With that being said, some perfumes will smell really good but won't be you, so you have to make some sacrifices. Also, personally, I really wanted something that would be unique, not something that you're used to smelling, so that when people smell it, they're gonna think of me, like it's really my own scent. As weird as it might sound, I wouldn't recommend going in stores to smell perfumes as your first step. You know, there are so many perfumes, it could make you dizzy, like literally, it could just discourage you. So start with just one simple smell that you like. It could be simply a flower or some scented candles, or even food actually. You would be surprised with the amount of elements that you can find in perfume. Once you find that starting point, Google it. Perfumes that smell like, you're most likely gonna end up on Fragrantica forums. Now this, guys, this website is gonna be like your Bible. In the forums, people are gonna link to different perfumes, and if you click on them, you get directly to the full description on the website. So here you see people generally think it's more a winter or fall fragrance. I would say this is a good indicator, but don't rely completely on it. Some perfumes will be voted as winter perfumes, but you go smell them and you're like, no, it's fresh enough for summer for me. Then you get to see basically how long it lasts and how much it takes some space around you, and like it stays in the room even after you leave. So this one is pretty strong, as you can see. And then here we get the notes, which is basically the individual smells. If you don't know what it is, you just put your mouse over it and it says the name. This is, once again, according to votes. People say that it's mostly vanilla perfume. You can also read the comments, and that's really pleasant because some people are really describing like what feeling the perfume gives them, or like even what memories it brings back, and that's really wonderful. At this point, you only really need a list of maybe 10 perfumes, or even less if smelling a bunch of perfumes in a row would give you a headache. Just don't push your limits. But before going to the store, I highly recommend to note down the main notes and or some recurrent comments that people have made about that perfume. I didn't do that at first, and after I started doing it, I found it really helpful because first of all, you go there and you know what to expect, kind of. Like, you don't smell the perfume with a blank mind. And most importantly, this is how you're gonna learn to recognize scents. As you smell them, you're gonna be able to identify what smells you like and what smells you dislike. So, you know, if you find that those 3 perfumes have this one flower in common, and I really like them, then you're gonna keep using it as a keyword for your research because you know you like that and you want it in your perfume. And inversely, if there's a perfume that you really dislike, like there's this one thing in it that you dislike, you have to learn to identify it to not lose time smelling any other perfumes that have it. And then you start. You go out and you smell as many perfumes as you can that are on your list. Spray them on paper. The perfume is gonna smell different on yourself, but it gives you a good general idea of what the perfume is like. Then note down your first impressions of every perfume you smell, even if you dislike it, because trust me, you might not remember that you smelled it if you don't keep some trace of it. And also note down why you don't like them or why you like them. If you note down why you don't like them, You're gonna be able to know if you should reconsider. You know, at the end, if you're tempted to come back to it and you see, I really disliked it because it was too strong, and then through the process you decided that you wanted something more strong, then you're gonna smell it again. But if it says, oh, it smelled like Windex, then you're not gonna reconsider. You might have heard that it's a good tip to smell coffee beans to like reset your nose. I have read that actually smelling your own skin is better because the coffee beans don't really reset your nose. Like, it takes off the smell of the previous perfume, but it's not gonna keep you from getting a headache. Meanwhile, if you smell your own smell, your skin or your clothes, it's more efficient. Also, if you go in more than one store, note down where the perfume is. Before you go, if you can check on the website if they have it. I know that for Sephora, like, they tell you what is in stock in which store, like every single store. So this is really convenient and it can save you a lot of time. And then after smelling them, if you want to go back and smell them, you need to remember where you found them, because maybe they were in only one of the stores you visited, and if you don't remember which one, you're gonna lose so much time looking for it again. After going through your list, now the exciting part is to choose 2 to 6 perfumes that you want to smell on yourself, that you think, okay, this could maybe be the one. I say 2 to 6 because I wouldn't recommend one, because it really helps to have a comparison point to like make your impressions more clear or definite. So what I did, trying out 6 at a time might be a little intense, but I was intense. I put them like here on the back of my hand and in my elbow. So like wrist, back of hand, elbow, and I really tried to like not spray too far away so that I would get everywhere and mix with the other ones. Other people who smelled it were like, oh, you smell nice. And I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing 6 perfumes. Once again, take notes, note down which is where on yourself. Because at first you think you're gonna remember, of course, but then like after maybe 6 hours, you're like, wait, which ones did I try again? Between like those on paper and those on my skin, and like, is it this one or this one? So just note it down. Also, take notes often, like maybe every like 15 minutes for the first hour, and then every hour, and then every 2 hours, just because perfumes can really evolve a lot depending on your skin chemistry. So, you know, there were some perfumes that I tried on and was like, oh my god, this is so wonderful. And then just an hour later, I was like, okay, no, this smells like grass. I'm not gonna name the perfume in question. For similar reasons, don't go to the store too late in the day, because you're gonna want to have at least 6 or 8 hours to just observe how the perfume evolves on your skin. Sorry, it's not a mistake. You really have to repeat the whole process over and over again. You're gonna get new starting points from perfumes you smell and like, or from remembering random smells, like, oh, I have this cream that I like. Maybe, like, since it smells like raspberry, I could smell raspberry perfumes. You'll really start going in a lot of different directions, but just remember to keep notes, stay organized. If you like part of a perfume, or you really like it but it doesn't last long, just Google it. Perfumes that smell like the name of the perfume, and you will be taken back to the source of all knowledge. By the way, don't be afraid to smell or even try the same perfume more than once if you need to. Sometimes you're gonna find 2 perfumes that you really like but are quite similar, and you want to try them both at once so you can really compare them like live. Or just you're gonna forget despite taking very good notes. If you listen to me, you might forget a little bit about a certain perfume, and then you smell it again on the paper and you're like, oh, it's not like I remembered, so I have to try it again. Just, yeah, you'll have to re-smell some perfumes probably. Before I go on to the 4th and last phase, just a few little FYIs that might be useful to you. First, the difference between eau de toilette and eau de parfum. The difference generally is just the concentration. Eau de parfum is more concentrated, eau de toilette is more watered down with alcohol. So usually eau de parfum is stronger and lasts longer. For that reason, when I go to smell a perfume and there's both versions, I usually try the eau de parfum, because it's more like, you know, the essence of the perfume. Number 2, flankers. Flankers are like cousins. When you go in store, you see them, like they're all next to each other and you're like, oh my god, which one is which? On Fragranteca, if you type like Lancôme Trésor in the search box, you're gonna get all the different versions and you're gonna be able to look at this small icon that shows the packaging and you'll be like, okay, this is the one I smelled. Between flankers, some are really different, but some are actually just a little different. Like often when they say intense or light, it's just that perfume but lighter, or that perfume but more intense. So if you like a perfume and it has a lot of flankers, smell them. There might be a version that you like better than the original one. A wonderful thing that I discovered while doing my research in store is the drawers. All the stores I went to had big drawers underneath the perfume shelves, and when they open it, they usually have a bunch of testers in there, and sometimes if you see the perfume that you want to smell but it has no tester on the shelf, or you see that they carry the brand but you don't see the specific perfume that you're looking for, or the tester is broken or empty, like it's really worth asking. There are so many perfumes that I couldn't have smelled, like I couldn't find it and then it was just in the drawer. Last phase, you will have narrowed down your options to just a few perfumes, and now you have to try them on you solo, one per day. And for that, if you don't want to have to go back to the store every day just to spray the same perfume on yourself, you need to ask for samples. If you're like me, you're shy, what I did is that I either went to separate stores or on different days so that it wasn't the same people and I could ask for just one at a time, not like, okay, I want a sample of these 3 perfumes. What's ideal is if they have a ready-made spray bottle. They have that for some perfumes, like left from when they were promoting it or something like that. See, this is something that they had already made. I don't know, it's my first video, I don't know if this works with just my iPhone, but you know, it has the name of the perfume on it and the little spray top. If they don't have that, they're gonna give you this. Unless the perfume has a distinctive color, ask for just a sticker to put the name on it. They can be kind of tricky to open, but I found a method that works for me to not spill it everywhere. I use a tissue and I just wiggle it around, like back and forth, to pull it out. I don't want to pull it out in one go because it's gonna explode. Now I can feel that it's on the edge of getting out, so just a little bit. If you put it like this, see, it doesn't come out. There's just a little drop, so you can use it. I won't do it on myself because I'm wearing my perfume right now, but like once you touch your skin, a few drops are gonna come out. So that's it for this video. I really hope it can be helpful to someone, and if you use it, tell me. Like, you know, don't think that I'm too busy or whatever. This is my first video. I have 0 subscribers. I will be happy to get messages from people saying, oh, I tried your method. The same thing, if you have a question or something, I'll be really happy to answer. I actually have a Yes style package on the way. I ordered a bunch of accessories, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do some type of unboxing / lookbook. I'm really excited to do that. So this will probably be my next video, but yeah, until then, see you!